Hey everybody, welcome to the Muddy Reviews. Today we are reviewing this here little chest rig thing from Krydex. So this is Krydex's version, copy, whatever you want to call it, of the Haley Strategic D3CR Micro. So yeah, this is Krydex's Haley version. Yeah, it's not bad. Definitely not Haley, but it's not bad. So this guy here is a micro chest rig. It is something you could utilize as a placard on a plate carrier or a chest rig. It is expandable. There's ways to do that. This is the stock configuration. This is how you get it. There's some things you can do to upgrade. I'll show you those here in a second. And those things, one of those things I've already reviewed. I'll put a card up for that review. One of those things I'm going to review soon, and that'll review will come later. But yeah. So let's get into this. So this, like I said, is the Krydex D3. It's the copy of the Haley D3 Micro chest rig. And it's pretty cool. The reason I got this versus a Haley is I actually wanted to make some changes and some modifications to it. And I didn't want to be chopping up and cutting on a expensive Haley rig when I could get a cheaper Krydex to do that. And that's why I opted for this. And I was kind of curious. So a few things I have changed already, because I did all that chopping and messing with before I reviewed this, because I've been messing with this thing for about a month and a half now, and I do like it. The zipper pulls are not what comes on it. These are, I didn't make them myself. These are ITW zipper pulls. I added those separate. Normally they come with your standard Krydex fare, which is these big zips like this. These are the zipper pulls you'll get on it, but I added these because I liked these a little better. Backstrap is something I would change out. This is a stock backstrap. It's not bad, but it's all right. The buckles are all different here. These are all swapped out. The original Krydex buckles are gone. They weren't much different. I just swapped them out because of some issues with buckles and the original Krydex male buckles being a problem with other buckles. So I just went with all new buckles, just for simplicity's sake. As far as the backstrap, like I said, it's not bad. It is just your simple 1-inch webbing backstrap. Now, I did like they had some green one wrap to help you kind of capture your slack and keep it kind of clean. So that was nice. That's a nice touch. That's something the other backstrap I have doesn't have, but that is something that Krydex did add to this that is nice. I don't know if the real Haley has the same thing going on. I would assume it probably does, but if it doesn't, that is a nice touch Krydex added, was this one wrap keeper. And then you've got your standard tri-glide here, and then a male buckle. These male buckles are, I won't call them proprietary, but they're finicky, and they don't always plug into every type of female buckle out there. So let's take that off. First mod I would do, if you get this, and this is pretty much for any chest rig for me, is I like to add an elastic backstrap. That's just me. This is a J Tactical. I've already reviewed this on the channel, and this is actually different buckles. These are the same Yashalis I reviewed on the channel already, and that's what these are. And this guy is just a simple piece of Ranger Green elastic. A little card will pop up for this if you want to see the review. Easy day. But this is a mod I would make right out the gate. Very easy to do. I like the elastic backstraps. They kind of move with you and breathe with you a little better. The straps themselves, these are simple X harness configuration. This is what comes with the rig when you get it. These are okay. For my son, these are fantastic. These actually help him as a smaller guy. For me, as a bigger guy, I don't really care for the X strap setup. Once you start doing the X, it starts to kind of rub on my neck. I don't really like it. So I do like doing an H harness, and I'll talk about that in a second. As far as the X strap go, though, they do have the same one wrap to kind of take up your slack and kind of keep it. So that is cool. I do like the fact they have that and did that. So that is a nice touch. Again, I'm not sure if the Haley straps do the same thing. I have a suspicion they probably do. And if they don't, then that is a great touch Krydex added and is kind of nice. So let's get these off. And I'll talk about another mod and upgrade you can do to make this a little better, especially if you're a bigger guy like me. So these are Krydex's fat straps. So You know, we're talking about making things and just kind of doing your own thing. Krydex did as usual. Kind of was like, I'm gonna make something that someone else does. So these are basically a direct copy of Spiritus's fat straps, but that gives me an H harness I can run with this rig. Let's back this out just a hair, and it kind of makes it just a little more comfortable and a little more useful. I like it more, and it's definitely just a little better of a setup and a little better of a rig. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this thing on. We're going to head outside. I'll do a little turn around for you. I'll show you what this looks like on me so you guys can have an idea of how this rig sits as a chest rig. And then we'll go ahead and we'll set it up as a placard on a plate carrier so you can see what it looks like as a placard too. And I'll talk about the few things I like about it and I don't like about it. Oh, wait, hold on. We're going to back this up just a hair. I'll show you a real quick thing I did that I changed on it beforehand. So back here we have this piece of Velcro that covers up the hook that you can use when you're going to put it in the placard. Normally these are sewn directly to the carrier. I cut these buckles off and I sewed adjustable straps back here so I could change these out for G hooks. That was something I did so I could change this out and use it with either a Faro Concepts carrier or a normal carrier. That was just something I did personally. And that was one of the mods I wanted to do that I didn't want to chop up an expensive Haley carrier for and mess up. So anyway, now we're going to leave the table and do a turnaround and see how it fits. All right, so we're outside. I've got the Krydex D3CR Micro on. We're in the beautiful Texas sun. As you can see, I still have the fat straps on as the little extra mod I told you about, that thing that I did as a difference. So the X straps, as I was talking about, you can see why I chose the H harness setup. For my frame and my size, it just fits better. If I was doing the X straps that came with this, they would X right about here, and it would start to kind of come across and dig into my neck. So if you're big because you pick up heavy things to put them down again, or if you're big because you like some brisket and enjoy a meal or two or five, like I do, you might want the H harness. It's kind of the way to go. The Micro, it's not a bad rig. I don't dislike these things. I think they're great. Where I think something like this really excels is for lack of a better term, a bump in the night rig. Something, couple magazines, grab it quickly, check out, well, what the hell was that noise? What was going on? Or if you're on a fob, this is something you can pick up, quickly respond as a QRF to a situation, and you're good to go. And then you could slap it onto a plate carrier that might have additional magazines and things on it already. That's where I think something like this kind of shines. And probably where the concept maybe was born out of. I don't know. I didn't come up with it. But where I think these really don't shine is for any long-term use of any type, especially for patrolling. Because 3 magazines, that ain't gonna cut it, Chief. 3, 6, 90 rounds, that shit gonna go like that. You're gonna be assed out. Even in Airsoft, that's fast as fuck. You burn through BBs really quick. In real life, that's a lot of bullets that are going to go really quick. I do like the pistol magazines. They're easy to reach. I think I would like I said, pistol and a Gerber, like I talked about on the table. This is easy to grab. When it does drop, if I did have an organizer in here or something, it would be kind of like right there in my face. If I was to put maybe I don't know if it was heavy enough a phone, even a phone that might hold it, I could have that as a drop down. So that's kind of cool. This is easy to access, so that is nice. I do like that. Mags are easy to grab. Backwards. They're easy to put in and out. The draw's not bad. So that's kind of cool. And like I was mentioning, another thing, the elastic back strap. That's just the way to fucking go, in my opinion. I really like it. So overall, I think the Krydex D3CR, whatever the acronym they're using, is not a bad rig. If you are on a budget, definitely look into this. If you're not on a budget and you've got the shekels, buy the Haley all day, because they're the ones that came up with the damn thing. give them your money. Send your money that way. But plus they're just a great company. Like I said, the reason I bought this, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, was because I was going to chop it up and cut on it and add shit and make it different. And I didn't want to spend Haley money to fuck something up after I started cutting on it. Now that I've done the mod and chopped up on it, and I think I could do it well, I'm probably going to get a Haley and do the same mod to it. And this will probably become my son's, the guy who's holding the camera right now. But overall, not a bad piece of kit. Definitely pretty interesting. I like the fact that it does integrate onto a chest rig, or a plate carrier as a placard or a chest rig. And I do like that you can integrate it into something like a Spiritus Thing 2 or another platform or wings that can expand it out and turn this micro setup into a full-fledged chest rig. So that gives you modularity and allows you to go from small fob bump of the night QRF setup to full-blown patrol setup. I'm all about modularity. I think modularity is key, and I think modularity is fantastic. It just, as long as it's done correctly and done smartly and not just because of modularity's sake, if that makes sense. But this is what it looks like on me and all my big glory, so you guys can kind of see how it looks and how it fits. All right, we're going to get out of this warm Texas sun. We're going to head back to the table. We'll do final thoughts, and then we'll end this video. You guys are awesome. Let's go back inside. All right, we're back on the table. I decided I didn't need to do a full-on wear test for this part. I figured you guys are more than capable of using your imaginations for this. Plate bag. Zoom out just a little bit. This is an actual Haley rigs. This is the thorax. It's a pair of thorax plate bags. And this is the rig itself. We'll take this Velcro little backer off. Boom. And that's kind of it. That's it right there as a placard. Really simple, pretty easy to do, pretty cool. So you can go from chest rig to placard and back again. You take it off, put it on that. So I think these things are neat. I think the modularity is cool. I think that the ideas are sound. I like where they're going with this. I like that EGL had created these really cool rigs back in the day, and then Haley had basically contracted him to make their own rig, and then they've grown since then. The original Haley rigs were EGL rigs. Eggroll, he made all those, and then they've all kind of grown into their own thing. So those were all a thing back in the day. I like the whole idea behind all this stuff. I just don't know. I don't know how much, or I don't know how feasible all this is for long-term use over long-term operations. I didn't do it myself. I didn't use it, so I have no basis of comparison. But for BB warring, I think it's really extra cool and fantastic because you can buy like one thing or one kind of set of things and have a do-it-all setup. You can have your placard that can also be your chest rig that can hook to your plate carrier, and you can just kind of jack of all trades it, and that's kind of neat. The biggest limitation with these is just magazine capacity and storage. But like I said, you can expand on those, and you can make them grow with extenders. Things like this is a copy of one, but like the Thing 2 from Spiritus or this Woe Sport extender, you can plug it into this and turn it into like a full-size chest rig. Like there's a lot of neat things out there, so it's interesting. Overall, though, I think the Krydex rig is worth picking up. It's not badly made. The stitching quality is good. It is what it is a decent product. I mean, Krydex makes good stuff. I mean, a lot of people like to hate on them, but they do make good stuff for it being a knockoff. That's all I got, guys. I hope you got something out of this review. I hope there's some good takeaways from this. I hope maybe I helped you make an informed decision on whether or not this would be something you would want, and it'd be something for you. I know for me, this is something I do like. It's something I do want to mess around with some more. However, I don't know if it's going to work for what I initially bought it for. I think there's going to need to be some more experimentation in that realm, but it is something I'm going to hang on to and use for other things. As always, get out there and play some Airsoft. Don't be afraid to experiment with different kit and new stuff. LARP smarter, not harder. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. Little helmet logo in the bottom right-hand corner. Punch that guy in the head. Join us all here on the channel. We would love to have you. And until next time, be a bunch of nerds and make cool kits. Hopefully, we'll see you on the field. Peace.